A move to ban collegiate gaming here in Nevada may not happen because a move to approve Nevada team betting passes.
This is News 3 at noon with Sue Manteras and Scott Hawes.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Tenney along with Shara Kamiko. Sue and Scott are on assignment today. A major decision by the State Gaming Commission this morning. Starting in just a matter of weeks, you're going to be able to bet on UNLV and UNR games.
The commission made that decision about an hour ago, and this means major changes for sports books. Kurt Goff joins us live from the Texas Station Race and Sportsbook. Kurt, how are these new rules setting with these sports bettors and actually the customers as well?
You would be very surprised as to how well informed each and every one of these folks really is concerning this issue, and they aren't very camera shy at all either. Cigarettes dangle from their lips. Concentration is king, and yes, they watch things very closely.
Thank you, Mom.
Guy Wilgus works at the sports book. He says legal is much better.
You know, because people still can bet on campus on in Nevada, where now if you go legally at the books, then we should take those bets away from the illegal wagers, I would hope.
Morris Newman takes a break from the action to agree.
I don't see what the objection would be, for the simple reason that the casinos are still going to do the business. It's not going to interfere with them.
Now, you hang around sports books for a while, and you probably are thinking to yourself, most of the people who are wagering are going to have that very same opinion, but that's not the case. Larry Irving is visiting from Chicago.
I think it's a little bit too close. You know, they've always had where they didn't want to bet UNLV games, mainly because of the proximity to the gambling center. I think it would probably be a bad idea. A little bit too much temptation.
You got to keep in mind, many of these folks say with the recent moves underway in Washington to ban all collegiate betting, this particular item seems like small potatoes indeed. And we're back live now. As far as opinions go, a spokesman for the NCAA has gone on record as saying that the new rules are, in his opinion, and I quote here, worthless. Kurt Goff reporting live from Texas Station. Right back to you, Shara.
Thank you, Kurt. You will be able to begin betting on Nevada teams February 7th.
The sounds of two people fighting, then gunshots, then a dead man's body. That body was found in a back alley on Bonanza near Bruce. There were several calls to police last night around midnight. Metro did check out the area, but they didn't find anything initially. But just after sunrise, someone found the body of a man partially hidden in a back alley. That man had been shot several times, and right now, police don't know of a motive and they don't have any suspects. Still no arrest in another murder that happened here in the valley. Police say a man was shot at an apartment complex on East Rochelle near Maryland Parkway last night. Metro officers say the man was shot in the chest in the parking lot at the complex. He was taken to UMC where he later died. Police tell News 3 they're searching for two men who were seen running from that area. The shootings on Bonanza and Rochelle bring this year's murder rate to 11.
Imagine going to the doctor and finding out your health insurance is no longer being accepted. Many support workers for the Clark County School District are facing that very problem. Some of them attended a union meeting that was supposed to address the issue. The union founded the Health Trust, and every year it receives $21 million taxpayer dollars for coverage costs, and the employees are paying monthly premiums. But as Gerard Ramallah reports, the employees say they are paying for benefits they're not getting.
There are few happy faces leaving this meeting. In fact, most people left early out of sheer frustration.
I would like to see someone else managing the trust.
I got bills dated back to July that have not been paid.
It's a sad state of affairs.
Behind these doors, nearly 400 janitors, bus drivers, groundskeepers, the people who keep the schools clean and the kids safe.
I've paid my dues, I've paid my union dues and my medical benefits, and I think it's really sad.
But who's protecting them?
I'm diabetic and a few things. I have high blood pressure.
Tuesday night, we introduced you to Missy, Jan, and Janet, all district employees who rely on the Education Support Employees Association Health Trust for medical coverage. They showed us statements and documents that prove bills went unpaid or were paid months late. The union called a meeting to discuss their concerns and those of countless other employees.
But dadgummit, look at us and say, hey, look, we're sorry, it happened. all right? But this is what we're going to do to fix it. A, B, C, and D.
Support workers say union board members admitted the trust was out of money and say they blamed it on a past administration. Bottom line, many are concerned they can no longer visit their doctor. As for the meeting that was supposed to help, it didn't.
You know, they're just giving questions, trying to satisfy the people, and we're not satisfied. You know.
Gerard Romalo, News 3.
Now, we talked to several people who say they are having to postpone medical procedures because they don't have the money to simply pay for them. Folks who attended last night's meeting say there are some solutions that were discussed, including raising monthly premiums and asking the district for more money.
New information this afternoon on a story we've been following this week. Students locked out of their computer learning center after it went bankrupt can now go back. The school is set to reopen on Monday. At least 200 students thought they were going to be out of a lot of money after the New Horizon School on Lake Mead in Buffalo closed its doors. But under new ownership, classes will resume with the same teachers and same facility.
If the price was right, would you sell your home to the county for a park expansion? 22 families were forced to answer that very question, and most of them said no. Dozens of people packed the Parkdale Community Center to find out more about the county's plans. The county sent letters to 22 homes, offering each family a set price. The county wants to expand Parkdale Park, but to do that, those homes would have to be removed. But the people who live in those homes say they don't want to move.
There's plenty of room to better the park without forcing 22 families out. That we don't even know where we're going to go if this happens.
County Commissioner Myrna Williams says the county can't force them to sell their homes to expand the park, so work simply won't be done.
For weeks, folks in California have been forced to deal with the rolling blackouts, and things aren't looking any better this afternoon. Before President Clinton left office, he ordered power generating companies to continue to sell power to California's utilities, even though they're close to going bankrupt. But that order is about to run out. Yesterday, President Bush promised only 2 more weeks of financial help from the government. After that, he says the state is on its own.
Now, he indicated that California's problems are lapping over into other states, and that's true. Nevada's had some problems because of what's going on in California. And he did indicate that he felt it was a problem that California had to address itself, that he, speaking for his share, the federal government wasn't going to do anymore at this stage.
The state has declared a Stage 3 alert every day for more than a week now, and there could be a chance for rolling blackouts again today.
See what happens. Well, just like paying taxes, you've got to go to the dentist, and sometimes it can be an uncomfortable experience. But coming up, we'll shine a light on a pain-free new tool. It's a laser that can diagnose decay with no x-rays and no needles.
I knew that if I didn't get it in immediately, they were going to nail me with a $25 late fee.
Also, fewer days for payments, more late fees. Does it sound familiar? We're going to tell you if your credit company is taking advantage of you. At 12:25, we're going to tell you about that right here on News 3 at noon, where news comes first.
Today at 4.
I'm Beth Fisher. If you're like millions of Americans, you struggle with weight loss. Find out how adding something to your routine could help take away the inches today on First News 3 at 4.
Get the weather forecast when you want it, 24 hours a day. Just visit kvbc.com and click the Weather Center 3 button. We're setting the pace in cyberspace.
You could go all the way. 0 down and 0 payments till spring.
It's the Super Goal Sale at Desert. We're out to sell 3,000 new and used vehicles at 11 Desert dealerships. You'll see guaranteed volume low prices on the window. Check for Super Goal savings.
Hey, there's no rumbling.
Elegance and style, a little bit of Palace Motor too, a little bit of Texas just for you, a little bit of Sunset and Santa Fe, a little bit of stations every day.
I'm Ed Bernstein. I know firsthand what happens when insurance companies take advantage of good people. You see, it's one of the reasons that I ran for public office. And now I'm back, doing what I do best, standing up for your rights one person at a time. If you've been injured or need an attorney, I can help, so call me.
If you've been hurt at work, a victim of an auto accident, medical malpractice, or denied Social Security, call Bernstein and Associates.
You're watching Southern Nevada's #1 choice for news. This is News 3 at noon.
Welcome back, everyone. Another trial is now getting underway for a former player in the NFL. Former Green Bay Packer Mark Chmura is facing charges of sexually assaulting his son's babysitter. Chmura faces up to 40 years in prison for allegedly sexually assaulting an 18-year-old girl from after a post-prom party. The girl was 17 at the time of the alleged assault, which took place at Chmura's friend's house. The teen says Chmura led her into a bathroom and had sex with her without her consent. Chmura has pleaded not guilty to the third-degree assault charges and child enticement charges.
Still to come, everyone knows calcium is important for strong bones, and it turns out calcium doesn't just come from cows.
With foods from margarine to orange juice to now fortified, it's easier than ever to get your daily dose.
So how much should you get each day? Coming up, the facts if you're confused about calcium.
Speaking of fact, the Fredericks fact coming up next here on News 3 at noon. And if you just got through bathing your pooch, well, you may want to keep them indoors. I'll let you know why. Coming up next here on News 3, where news comes first.
Tonight on News 3 at 5, they've been arrested for theft, drug possession, assault, even murder. And they're all professional athletes.
Your kids look up to them as heroes, but what happens when they wind up in front of a judge?
News 3's anchor reporter Nita Raditich digs deeper into one lawmaker's plan to keep convicted felons off the field.
I think it's about time that we stop having a bunch of multi-million felons out there as role models for children.
Will it be game over? Watch tonight on News 3 at 5.
Starting from scratch, a basic commitment to Jerry's Nugget. Use only the finest, freshest ingredients. Cook and prepare them meticulously. For there is no love more sincere than the love of food. We present this to our guests with reverence and joy. Starting from scratch is not novelty, it is sincerity. It is our passion.
You've waited long enough. The big one is here. It's Walker Furniture's annual January clearance blowout. You'll love the selection. You'll love the styles.
And you've never seen prices like this.
Save big on this natural finish 5-piece farmhouse dinette set, now only $199. Choose this 48-inch oak table and 4 chairs for $355. Or this country French 5-piece dining set or china cabinet. Your choice, $999. Hurry, it all ends Monday. Don't miss it.
Once again, the stars have all come out for the most glamorous event of the year, the Raley's Famous Brand Sale. Kanson's natural sodas, 2 6-packs for $3. General Mills cereals, assorted varieties, just $1.79. Sunshine and Keebler crackers are 2 for $3. Langer's beverages are 2 for just $6. And don't forget to enter to win a brand new Nissan Xterra, chauffeur not included. Don't miss your chance to be a star. The Famous Brand Sale, now at Raley's.
Welcome back. With every glass of calcium fortified juice, every bowl of calcium fortified cereal, and every piece of calcium fortified candy, you can get anywhere from around 100 milligrams of calcium to 1,000 milligrams per serving. In addition to building bones and warding off osteoporosis, calcium is also believed to reduce the risk for breast cancer, colon cancer, and high blood pressure. It also helps strengthen teeth and may reduce the symptoms of PMS. So what happens if you exceed the recommended per day dose?
Usually it doesn't happen, but it could, especially if you just constantly take in extra calcium every time you have a chance, and then you also take a supplement.
That's why experts encourage you to take your calcium just to be sure you get the right amount. Also check how much calcium you get. Too little calcium, meaning less than 1,500 milligrams a day, is usually a problem. But for those prone to kidney stones, too much calcium, meaning more than 2,500 milligrams a day, could be real trouble as well.
You know, my dad was a dentist, so it's never been a big deal for me to go see one, but I know a lot of people don't like going to see the dentist. I mean, there's the poking, the probing, and the x-rays. Well, that fear may be over now. What dentists and x-rays miss, a new laser spotlight. It's called the Diagnodent laser, and it beams a red light onto individual teeth. And the way the laser bounces off the teeth signals the beginning of decay and cavities below the surface.
If we catch it early, then
that can go a long ways toward preventing further, more extensive restorations like crowns and root canals.
Now, this laser is most effective on kids because it doesn't work on teeth with fillings, and it's a big relief for people who are afraid of needles and just afraid of dentists in general.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, you're in that category.
We were
right?
just talking about this beforehand. I'm asking Kendall, do you have a good dentist?
Yes, as a
don't
matter of
like
fact, yeah.
them. Not that I don't like them as a person. Yeah, John's raising his hand also.
That's okay. My dad used to hear that all the time. They don't take it personally.
You're having problems with your teeth, huh, Freddie?
And thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate that. Yeah.
No, I just remember yesterday you came in saying your tooth hurt you.
Well, I've been grinding. It's a stress thing. Can you imagine me and my job being stressed?
Could we zoom in for a close-up?
Yeah. No, please. You don't want to see. My dentist laughs at my mouth.
You have good teeth now, though.
I actually have a dentist appointment this afternoon. It's amazing.
We'll send a camera.
They'll get you all worked
So
up.
Mr. Tenney was a dentist.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. That it looks like the top of the, is that the Eiffel Tower? Yes. Yeah, the folks there on the observation deck right there. Wouldn't that be cool if I was actually that big and just scare the heck out of them? All right, there you go. 52 degrees, 28% humidity, wind south at 8. My dad was a cop.
I didn't know that.
Well, apparently I didn't pay heed because that's probably why I've been in trouble with the law all my life. You've got great teeth, and I'm always running from the flashing red lights. Barometer is falling 30.18, and the winds are just light out of the south at 8. Some other numbers around the valley and beyond. Let's go ahead and take a check on some other numbers. We've got temperature readings ranging from 31 up at the ranger station at Kyle Canyon. Yesterday, they received about 4 inches of snow, about 5 at the ski resort. The ranger station's at 7,500. The base of the ski resort just above 8,000. So they've already received over a foot of new snow at the ski resort this week. Wonderful. And more is on the way, kids. 53 out at the Regent Las Vegas and Summerlin, 55 Nellis, 56 Henderson, 55 right now at Lake Mead. We'll get you through must-see TV time. And I was thinking earlier this morning, 54. We might nudge a degree or two out of that, but mid-50s, so a little bit cooler than normal. Upper 40s by 8 o'clock tonight under partly cloudy skies. But there is another storm system that is a-brewing out there in the eastern Pacific. In fact, it's already hammering the California coastline. Winds not much of a factor today, not so yesterday afternoon. Yesterday, before the cloud cover took over, we actually managed to get up to 64 degrees. 5 above the normal of 59. Air quality back to good. The wind blew all the dust out. Precip officially out of McCarran a trace, so nothing goes in the record books. Sun sets this afternoon at 5 o'clock. It'll get up tomorrow morning at about 14 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. Across the rest of the great nation, well, out west is where we've got our eyes on. In fact, that's really the big weather story, is the big weather maker. The next one, the hits just keep on coming, one system right after the next, and the next one already moving into the west coast. The Bay Area getting hammered right now, high pressure across the southeast, beautiful across much of the southeast. Mid-Atlantic seeing some just spotty snowfall, not a big deal here. These are not really anything in the way of heavy accumulations. The last system that came through yesterday is now moving over the Wasatch and the central and southern Rockies. Travel forecast, partly cloudy, 56 in Los Angeles, rainy conditions in 52 in San Francisco, 39 with some light snow up in the Big Apple, 68 under partly cloudy skies in Miami, and 63 degrees right now in Houston. Kendall, what'd you call Houston?
No,
the
Houston.
Flower and garden spot of Texas.
Absolutely.
Wonderful,
wonderful place in Texas.
Absolutely beautiful
yes.
place. That's right. You walk off the plane and you can feel the humidity right there. Right there. All right. Windy conditions, by the way, across the plains and the Rockies. Are you ready to win? Are you ready for some of that Frederick's fact? I hope so, because I want you to win. But I'll give you the right now temperatures first. 58 right now in Los Angeles, 38 in the Big Apple, 67 in Miami, and currently it is 22 degrees in the Twin Cities. All right, back to Paris we go. Oui. All right. Parlez-vous. Okay, you're ready? I like you guys laugh at me. It doesn't matter what I say, you'll laugh. Can you guys come back tomorrow? Blank prints cannot be distinguished from human fingerprints. Blank prints cannot be distinguished from human fingerprints. Only one other animal on the face of the earth, if you put the fingerprints of us and them side by side, you can't tell the difference, and it is not, by the way, a monkey, a baboon, or an orangutan, anything like that. 657-3425. Call us now if you have your correct answer. Brand new restaurant, Italian restaurant over at the MGM called Olio. Gonna send you over there to eat, send you to see our good friend Melinda, the First Lady of Magic, and we'll also send you and a friend to go see our good friend Clint Holmes over at Harrah's. So we're doing everything. We got the MGM in there, the Venetian, and also Harrah's. And we were checking out Paris as well. It's an international theme today. Please call, folks. We'll have that and your extended forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Just call John Frederick's Daddy Warbucks.
He's always giving out prizes.
I know.
Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all. Thank you, John. You know what? You do everything you can to make sure that your credit card gets paid on time. So how could you get slapped with a late fee?
Up next, we're going to tell you about the hidden traps some companies might use that rake in billions of dollars a year.
And have you been dropped from your supplemental Medicare HMO? That's happened to this woman. Her story next on what she will do. A story you do not want to miss if you do have Medicare. Keep it tuned to News 3 at noon, where news comes first.
Okay, let's talk about the show.
Next, all new Rosie. Reba McEntire! The country diva performs live, plus the beautiful and talented Denise Richards.
Were you popular in high school? I love when I ask the gorgeous women this and they all lie.
And
the one and only Diane Sawyer.
Next, all new Rosie. And coming in February, Be Our Guest.
We're going to Disney, yes we are.
It's Rosie at Disney's California Adventure and Walt Disney World in Florida.
Can you believe that?
Be Our Guest, February on Rosie.
Rosie, this afternoon at 3, only on Channel 3.
Medicare medication coverage. Are you having difficulty using inhalers or mixing your breathing medications? Do you use Proventil or Albuterol, Atrovent, Combivent, or other breathing medications? Did you know that if you qualify, Medicare covers breathing medications that are already premixed? To find out if you qualify, call us at Med4Home, toll free at 1-800-949-3988.
Football party? No problem. From chicken wings to 3-foot subs, pizzas to party trays, we've got just what you need for the kind of party you want to have. Hey, it's your life. Albertsons, it's your store.
When it's you against a migraine headache, you can't play nice. But now there's Motrin Migraine Pain. It gives you the speed and power you need to show your migraine headache who's boss. Motrin Migraine Pain Caplets, for people who don't fool around with pain.
More than 1 million seniors have been dropped from their supplemental Medicare HMOs. If you are in that group, you only have until March 4th to get another policy. One woman is now faced with that.
All the time. And right now I'm in the position that I perhaps will have to move.
Maxine Vaughn is afraid she'll have to give up her apartment because of medical and prescription bills. Like the other 1 million seniors this year, her Medicare HMO dropped her, and now she has some tough decisions to make.
Well, it got to the point with my finances that I pay the hospitalization, and it might be will you eat or will you buy prescriptions.
Maxine, like many seniors, initially signed up for a Medicare HMO because it was cheaper.
Many managed care plans that track the elderly expanded their pharmaceutical coverage at first, and they were caught off guard because pharmacy costs, in fact, were the increases were greatest.
In fact, it was the prescription coverage that initially attracted seniors to sign up for managed care. But ironically, it was the cost of that coverage for people like Maxine on all those medications that contributed to HMOs pulling out of Medicare. And while Maxine is still enrolled in Medicare and has found another supplemental insurance plan, she no longer has drug coverage.
Well, it's been a real problem. it's on your mind all the time, you know.
Again, Medicare recipients who lost their managed care coverage have until March 4th to sign up for a Medigap policy. Any senior having trouble with their coverage can get help by calling 1-800-MEDICARE.
Using a credit card seems like a simple process. You charge something, you get the bill, and then you write a check so it arrives before the due date. So if you do all that, how do you still get charged a late fee? Well, here's the real deal. We found confusing rules, conflicting laws, and some weird billing systems are now being used to maneuver credit card users into paying more and higher late fees. Traps like this. Although credit cards used to give you a month to pay your bill, we surveyed dozens of companies and found some cards are now cutting that billing month to 20 days. Another trap. The fine print on some cards says it's really due by 10 a.m. on a certain date. Banks and credit card issuers insist they're just trying to convince people to pay their bills on time. Now, if you think you were unfairly charged a late fee, call your credit card company and ask to have that late fee removed. If that doesn't work, government officials have helped credit card users recover thousands of dollars in refunds. If you want to file a complaint about a bank or credit card company, contact the following offices. Office of the Comptroller of Currency, that's OCC, charters, regulates, and supervises all national banks. It also supervises the federal branches and agencies of foreign banks. There's a phone number there, 800-613-6743. Also a web address, www.occ.treas.gov. Now, the Office of Thrift Supervision, or OTS, is the primary regulator of all federal and many state-chartered thrift institutions, which includes savings banks and savings and loan associations. There's the phone number, 800-842-6929. Man, I hope people have a lot of paper.
You have a lot of information.
There's also another web address. This is the most information we've ever given, but www.ots.treas.gov. If you need it, just go to our website. We have it there.
Take a breather.
Yeah, that's a lot of info.
You know what? It does work, though. If you call the credit card company, it does work. Because I got billed a late fee, and I paid it right away.
Unfairly. And they helped you out.
And they did. They were very kind, and they said, oh, okay, sorry, we'll just take it off, and they were nice.
Normally, yeah, when you do call and you explain a situation, sometimes they're helpful.
But all those numbers, of course, we'll run it again for you later, and Kendall again will say it all for you. Okay, well, here in Nevada, we can bet on college sports teams, but not our own. Coming up in the next half hour of News 3 at noon, a big change.
Also ahead, one park wants to expand, but not before demolishing homes. We'll tell you if it will happen.
And the best food and spirits in the Valley, the winners of this year's Epicurean Awards. Keep it tuned here to News 3 at noon.
Get more from your lunch break. Log on to the latest news, weather, sports, and business news. Work smarter with MSNBC.com.
The original international phenomenon that's taken the world by storm is headed your way. Riverdance. A spectacular journey in song and dance, from the sensual to the sensational, from Ireland to the world beyond. Experience the original Riverdance.
Limited engagement, February 13th through the 18th only at the Aladdin Theater for the Performing Arts. Tickets are on sale now.
Buonasera. Ladies' night, yes? What, no gentlemen companions for such lovely senoras?
Well, not yet, anyway. Are you offering?
But I must warn her. How about for now another bottle of Cabernet?
Oh, that would be magnifico. I just love our yearly getaways. Where do you girls want to go next year?
It doesn't matter to me. Since I discovered Senior Dimensions, I'm covered wherever I go.
Wonderful place.
Wherever you go, you're prepared for anything with Senior Dimensions. Quality, dependable care and peace of mind you can count on. With nearly 20 years serving Nevada, Senior Dimensions worldwide emergency coverage makes sure you get the health benefits that make you feel right at home, even when you're not.
Signori, would you take a picture before we go?
Si, Bella, but only if you'll dance with me.
Call today to find out more about Senior Dimensions. The world is at your feet.
It is no longer against the law to bet on a UNLV game. The Nevada Gaming Commission considers some new rules and allows bets on Nevada collegiate sports teams.
This is News 3 at noon with Sue Manteras and Scott Hawes.
Welcome back to News 3 at noon. As you can see, she's not Sue Manteras, and I'm not Scott Hawes. I'm Kendall Tenney, along with Shara Kamiko, and Sue and Scott are on assignment. In just a few weeks, you are going to be able to bet on any Nevada college team you want to.
The NCAA made the decision about an hour and a half ago. This will change things for sports books. Kurt Goff joins us live from the Texas Station Race and Sportsbook. And Kurt, how are the things out there, and how are the customers being affected right now?
Well, you'd be surprised how well versed all of these folks are on this particular ruling. They're very, very interested, and they're not camera shy at all. Cigarettes dangle from their lips. Concentration is king. And yes, they watch things very closely.
Thank you, Mom.
Guy Wilgus works at the sports book. He says legal is much better.
You know, because people still can bet on campus on in Nevada, where now if you go legally at the books, then we should take those bets away from the illegal wagers, I would hope.
Morris Newman takes a break from the action to agree.
I don't see what the objection would be, for the simple reason that the casinos are still going to do the business. It's not going to interfere with them.
Now, you hang around sports books for a while, and you probably are thinking to yourself, most of the people who are wagering are going to have that very same opinion, but that's not the case. Larry Irving is visiting from Chicago.
I think it's a little bit too close. You know, they've always had where they didn't want to bet UNLV games, mainly because of the proximity to the gambling center. I think it would probably be a bad idea. A little bit too much temptation.
You got to keep in mind, many of these folks say with the recent moves underway in Washington to ban all collegiate betting, this particular item seems like small potatoes indeed. And as far as opinions go, a spokesman for the NCAA has gone on record as saying the new rules are, and I quote here, worthless. Pretty strong rhetoric from him. Kurt Goff reporting live from Texas Station. Right back to you guys.
That is strong. Thank you, Kurt. You will be able to begin betting on Nevada teams on February 7th.
Fighting and arguing loud enough that neighbors call police, and police eventually find a body as a result. It was found in a back alley on Bonanza near Bruce. There were several calls to police last night around midnight. Metro checked out the area, but they didn't find anything initially. But just after sunrise, someone did find the body of a man partially hidden in a back alley. That man had been shot several times. Right now, police don't have a motive, and they do not have any suspects. No arrest yet in another murder here in the Valley. A man was shot at an apartment complex on East Rochelle near Maryland Parkway last night. Metro officers found the man shot in the chest in the parking lot at that complex. He was taken to UMC where he died. Police tell News 3 they're searching for two men who were seen running from the area. The shootings on Bonanza and Rochelle bring this year's murder total to 11.
If the price was right, would you sell your home to the county for a park expansion? 22 families were forced to answer that very question, and most of them simply said no. Dozens of people packed the Parkdale Community Center to find out more about the county's plans. The county sent letters to 22 homes offering each family a set price. The county wants to expand Parkdale Park, but to do that, those homes would have to be removed. But the people who live in the homes say they don't want to move.
There's plenty of room to better the park without forcing 22 families out. That we don't even know where we're going to go if this happens.
County Commissioner Myrna Williams says the county can't force them to sell their homes to expand the park, so the work simply won't be done.
New information this afternoon on a story we've been following this week. Students locked out of their computer learning center after it went bankrupt can now go back to the school because it's going to reopen on Monday. Earlier this week, we told you at least 200 students thought they were going to be out of a lot of money after the new Horizon School on Lake Mead in Buffalo closed its doors. But under new ownership, classes will resume with the same teachers and same facility.
With all of the fine restaurants we have here in Las Vegas, you can pretty much eat your way through our city. Last night, Las Vegas Life magazine honored those responsible for bringing us such fine dining at the Four Seasons. Many of the great restaurants in the world are represented right here. Now, the awards covered 20 categories from best wine to best restaurant And some of the winners included Rosemary's for Best Restaurant Off the Strip, Gordon Biersch for Best Microbrew, Fontana for Best Lounge, Nobu for Best Japanese, Spago for Best Fusion, and Royal Star for Best Chinese. But the top winner was Alessandro Strada and his restaurant Renoir at the Mirage. Renoir was voted Best Restaurant on the Strip, Best Restaurant overall, and Strada was voted for Best Chef.
To provide such a variety and wealth of wonderful restaurants in such a short period of time in such a small area is really something commendable for Las Vegas, and I'm very, very happy to be part of it.
Some of the other winners included Bellagio for Best Brunch, Wild Sage for Best New Restaurant Off the Strip, and Commander's Palace for Best New Restaurant on the Strip.
It all sounds good. Up next, Take the Time to Teach is coming back. I'm going to share some learning advice with you to help your child or grandchild. Also advice on how to get to the Super Bowl. That's later on News 3, where news comes first.
Come out to Channel 3's Outlaw Pregame Festival.
It's more than a tailgate party.
We'll have the Outlaw Band live. Food, drink, and classic cars. Try the bungee run and meet your favorite News 3 anchors. Arrive early and receive a free gift at the Channel 3 booth. It's your chance to be part of XFL history. The Outlaw Pregame Festival. Bring the whole family. Saturday, February 3rd from 2 to 5 p.m. at Sand Boyd Stadium. Sponsored by Channel 3, Polo Towers, Singular Wireless, and Clark County Parks and Recreation. It's one party you don't want to miss.
A little bit of action at the start, a little bit of service from the heart, a little bit of food to make us smile, a little bit of elegance and style, a little bit of Palace Motor too, a little bit of Texas just for you, a little bit of sunset in Santa Fe, a little bit of stations every day.
You've waited long enough. The big one is here. It's Walker Furniture's annual January clearance blowout. You'll love the selection. You'll love the styles.
And you've never seen prices like this.
Like this Broyhill Fontana Queen bed, now $189. Or this marble finish queen bed for only $299. This sleek Euro queen bed wall is yours for just $594. Walker's annual January clearance blowout. Hurry, it all ends Monday. Don't miss it.
No matter where you work, no matter what you do, you should know that Save-On accepts more prescription health plans than just about anyone. So chances are we accept yours. And unlike most drugstores, if there's a question about coverage or eligibility, we'll get on the phone and help straighten it out. At Save-On, you can count on people who care.
At Sprint, we realize the importance of communications. Talk to your children, read to them, spend time with them. We care about children. That's why we sponsor Take the Time to Teach.
Welcome back, everyone. We hope you got all those numbers. If you had any problems with your credit cards, if you were billed for late due dates or fees, we were telling you earlier that some of those credit card companies are now not giving you 30 days. They're actually, some of them, giving you 20 days, and that is why you are being charged for late fees. So, of course, if you need information, that will be on our website, and you can look those numbers up. News 3 wants you to take the time to teach. This program is designed to raise both public awareness of the role adults can play in educating children. Now, Kendall Tenney joins today's guest with a lesson. Kendall.
Shara, thanks. I'm joined today by Kathleen Hanselman. She is the public service librarian for the North Las Vegas Library. Kathleen, first of all, thanks for being here today and coming back here because we have a lot of books.
Yes.
Who would have thought? A librarian
right.
promoting books. Now, this is something, obviously, that is so important for kids to be read to and to learn to read. What sort of things do you stress, and what sort of books are best for children?
the right book for the right age. For instance, if they're teething, if they're chewing, this book, if you'll touch it, you'll realize that they could chew on this book. It wouldn't be a problem. So you read to your children, you make it always a fun experience. You make them happy, you read them Old Mother Hubbard, or you read them something that's fun, that has lots of pretty colors. If you pick up that I Love Animals book, the colors are vivid and they're fun. The donkey is laughing and braying.
And this would be good for what age group?
This would be good for, you know, anything from babies up to 3 years old. That you wouldn't be let the child eat that one, but they could eat this one.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can play with this one. Now you have to be careful. A lot of these books should have rounded covers, and this should have a rounded cover, but it doesn't. So you need to buy the ones that are all rounded.
Because you could poke eyes or something like that.
Right. When they're at the age where they're hitting each other with the books and chewing on them, then you have to be a little careful. But then quickly they get, you know, everybody talks about how quickly children grow.
Yes.
And quickly they get to where they want to read Eensy Weensy Spider, you know, 25 times in one day.
Yes.
And usually if you start reading to children early enough and always make a fun experience out of it. If they're tired, if they're cranky, to stop. You know, just do maybe 1 page or 2 pages. Look at the funny pictures of the cows or something, but don't make a big deal out of it. If they're tired, go on to something else, then get back to it.
Finishing the book should not be the objective.
No.
Now, one problem I had with our toddlers at home, who are now 3.5 and 2, is when we have this type of book, and if we keep it in the room, they're going to tear out the pages and things like that. So that's obviously why you were pointing out that there are other types of more durable books that you can put in the kids' room, and you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly, that they can play with, and like this, you know, it's got kind of cardboardy pages.
Oh, my kids would take care of that, though. They'd have that ripped apart in no time. Now, you have some information, though, that you give to people as well, right?
We have lots of things like this is resources for early childhood professionals that our children's librarian has put together.
Here, I'll hold this up for camera 1 here.
And we have also books. This is the Read Aloud Handbook by Jim Trelease. We have lots of books on how to tell people, parents and teachers, how to do this.
So this is just telling you how to read to your kids, basically.
Exactly.
Now, if people don't get a hold of this book, though, what is the key to reading to kids? What is the main thing you want to remember when you're reading to your son or daughter or granddaughter or grandson?
Make it be fun. Show them how much fun it is to read, how much fun it is to learn, and they'll grow even beyond you.
Okay.
Which is, I think, what we all want for our children.
Absolutely. And you can check this book out at your library?
Yes.
Okay, and you're with the North Las Vegas Library.
North Las Vegas Library.
Kathleen Hanselman, thanks so much for coming by today. You can also pick up more information at the library as well that she talked about. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can take the time to teach, you can send a self-addressed stamped envelope to this address, 1500 Four Master Lane, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89101. We'll send you a little brochure, and we're going to be doing this for quite a while. So, Kathleen, thank you so much for being our first guest.
Thank you.
Cher?
Thanks, Kendall. Have you been to Vail or Aspen, Colorado? If you have, you know it is expensive. Up next, doing Aspen and Vail on the cheap side and enjoying some beautiful backcountry as well.
Onion rings, like we'd get in our favorite steakhouse at home. Yeah, you bet. Easy, easy.
Start saving tomorrow's tuition today with Nevada Prepaid Tuition. Enrollment ends January 31st.
Security, Service Department 5.
Zip up.
Don't miss the big New Year's sale at the Ultimate Bedroom. All these sets are in stock while they last. These quality bedrooms start at only $15.95 for a 5-piece queen set, and you must come in and test the Kingsdown computer system to select the mattress perfect for you. Plus 1 year, no payments, no interest on bedrooms, and on a great selection of sofa sets, leather sofas, and wall units at the Ultimate Living Room next door.
The Ultimate Bedroom.
And the Ultimate Living Room.
It's back, Ranger Mania, exclusively at Ford Country. For a limited time, buy or lease a new Ranger and get your first year's registration fee paid. Plus, get big cash rebates and low financing from Ford Country at the Valley Auto Mall in Henderson. Help! We're overstocked. Our loss will be your gain. Reduced prices marked on vehicles, over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. Take advantage of the tremendous offer. and Ranger Mania. Get your registration paid at Ford Country, where everything we do is driven by you.
It may be winter and cold outside, but the savings are hot at Thomasville's winter rebate sale. Choose from any Thomasville collection for your living room, great room, dining room, bedroom, or any room in your house. And if you buy now, you can get up to $1,000 in rebates. So make this winter a hot one during the winter rebate sale, January 20th through February 12th. And be sure to ask about the easy payment plan, only from Thomasville.
It's that time of year. Time for the annual Dealers of Nevada RV Show and Sale. Manufacturers are on site to arrange the year's easiest financing and lowest monthly payments with immediate delivery. Only at Wheeler's Las Vegas RV. Take I-15 South to exit 27.
You're watching Southern Nevada's #1 choice for news. This is News 3 at noon.
The celebrity ski scene is alive and well in Aspen, Colorado, but travel reporter Vicki Liviakis breaks away from the downhill crowd and shows us some pretty spectacular scenery in Aspen's backcountry.
Fancy shops and fur coats, celebrity sightings, and the ski scene, what Aspen, Colorado is famous for. But if you've done downhill, consider cross-country.
It's just like downhill skiing, other than the fact we tend to go uphill a lot more.
Welcome to the Ashcroft Ski Resort just outside Aspen. Nothing fancy, just you, Mother Nature, and a few backpackers.
Much different crowd. It's you could call it the granola crowd or the bark biters, the Berkey Beaners, however you want to say it.
Stereotypes aside, it's now time to cross country. See if we can do this. One foot in front of the other. This is one serious workout. Roadkill.
I think cross country is kind of like sea kayaking. It's meditation. It just feels good in a different way.
Or if you're like this poor fella.
He needs a beer.
You may just want to hoof it and hop a horse-drawn sleigh. Either way, the payoff is lunch at the Pine Creek Cookhouse, wining and dining with gourmet burritos, portobello salad, fuel to make it home.
Most of the people that come up are pretty vigorous athletes.
You have a great restaurant, sir.
Thank you very much. Hi.
Of course, the temptation is to stick around and soak up the scenery, or maybe jump on the next sleigh ride back to the ski hut. But if your legs will take you, take the trail less traveled, the cross-country trail. Reporting from Aspen, Colorado, I'm Vicki Liviakis.
It is pretty. Cross-country skiing is also much less expensive than downhill. For example, a cross-country ski pass at the Ashcroft Ski Resort near Aspen costs $15. Compare that to lift ticket prices starting at around $60 at Aspen's downhill resorts.
You know, $60.
Is that a conservative? That's a conservative price?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Aspen's so expensive.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I'm from Colorado. I mean, when we go up there,
Kamiko can hang with the beautiful people.
No.
I don't know. That's just a completely
I never
different
paid for
world.
it. My parents paid for it. You know, this is when I was
You and I show up there. We're kicked out after 5 minutes.
You know, it's like, excuse me, son, can you get me a drink?
You know what? I just don't win with you guys.
Well, come on. We have the newspaper to prove it.
Let her off the hook, Johnny.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
Come on.
Give her a break.
All right. It's tough to be beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, John.
All right.
I love you.
Well, thank you. Okay, just send checks, please. We've got mostly sunny skies out there. Look at that beautiful new snow up on our mountain. You don't have to go to Aspen. You don't have to go to Vail. You don't have to hang and right. You can go to Las Vegas Ski and Snowboard Resort. And those people, they treat you like family up there. Okay. 52 degrees. In fact, they might hit you up for a loan. 52 degrees. I'm kidding. 28% humidity. Wind south at 8. Barometer falling 30.18 inches of mercury. It's true, though. That's just a crowd of people that I'll never hang with. I'll never be invited to. I'll never feel comfortable with. They're just beautiful people. It's... But Kamiko, for some reason, I'm comfortable with you. 31 degrees up on the mountain. What does that say about us? We're sick.
Scary.
54 over the hump and Pahrump at Franny's, 55 at the base, 55 Lake Mead, 55 North Las Vegas. Here's your forecast for today. Beautiful. Mid-50s today. That's a little bit below normal after yesterday's 64. Wow. Boy, that caught me with the proverbial... well, I just made a mistake. Anyway, partly cloudy skies. Winds just variable, 5 to 15. Yesterday, I thought we were only the mid to upper 50s. We topped out at 64 degrees, and then the cloud cover came over, and it just got real wacky there for a while. And yesterday, the normal was 59, and that's the same as today. So 5 above the normal. Today, nowhere near. We're going to stay below normal now through the extended period. Officially out of McCarran, just a trace of precip. Air quality is good. That's my finger. Don't forget. And the sun sets this afternoon at 5 o'clock. All right. Quickly, if you're just now joining us, where you been? Here's your travel forecast. 56 LA, partly cloudy, 52 showers in San Francisco. Please don't ever say Frisco, right? Never say that. You got to say either the city or San Francisco. People will beat you about the face and head if you ever refer to San Francisco as Frisco. Windy across the Rockies and the Plains, snowy across the Wasatch and the Rockies. One system moves out, another one coming on board. Here it is. There it is, the big weather maker getting cranked up. Big counterclockwise rotation of that upper level low. This one is another system with cold air aloft, unstable. Possibility of thunderstorm for us tomorrow is certainly there. And look at all the rain already coming into the Bay Area and Sacramento. Going to be high elevation snow for the Lake Tahoe region by this afternoon and this evening. And we're going to get our share of moisture. A scattered shower is certainly in our forecast by tomorrow. 52 here, 54 Los Angeles, 52 in San Francisco, 58 right now in Phoenix. It's kind of one of those, you know, we get a brief break. That's why it's a fruit of the loom day. Just partly cloudy. Showers again developing tomorrow, and they could actually linger all the way through the weekend. Weekend's just going to be kind of a mixed bag. Super Bowl Sunday is going to be a perfect day to be indoors watching TV. 38 up on the mountain today, just some clouds around, beautiful stuff. Out on the water today, 60 degrees and partly cloudy, variable breezes 5 to 15 miles per hour. All right, is my IFB working, my earpiece? I haven't heard Joyce scream at me once yet in this particular weather. Everything? Oh, okay. Now I have 30. All right, we got to hurry. Here we go. 54 today. Chance of showers tomorrow. Chance of showers possible on Saturday, maybe into Sunday. Temperatures are definitely going to stay cooler than normal through the extended period. Okay. Blank prints cannot be distinguished from human prints. Koala bears. Koala bears, the old marsupial.
They're not bears, technically.
What's that? They're not bears.
They're not
marsupials.
Bears, yeah.
And Matt Richardson has a correct answer. He's going to go see our good friend Melinda, the First Lady of Magic. Clint Holmes and the brand new Italian restaurant Olio. He's going to go over there and have food at the MGM. Congratulations.
I never would have guessed that.
I wouldn't either. I cheated. No. I always do.
By the way, you are one of the beautiful people. I have people all the time. Women say that they would, like to meet you.
Okay, I'll give you the 20 bucks that I owe you back.
Indiana Jones.
I'm being honest.
You heard them say that?
Coming up, what does it take to make the Super Bowl?
See, the quarterbacks from both the Ravens and the Giants reveal the secret. That's next on News 3 at noon.
The Grand Canal Shops, the most romantic shopping experience in Las Vegas, is a proud sponsor of the Channel 3 Valentine's Day Dream Date giveaway.
Mission Control, this is Alpha 1. I'm about to plant the flag.
That's a Roger, Alpha 1.
There's a rock in the way, Mission Control. There's writing on it. Hand for hand, nobody has more payouts than Arizona Charlie's East?
Play Arizona Charlie's East, the locals' favorite, hands down.
Before you choose a security company, consider this. Only ADT protects your home and family with 3 solid guarantees, plus a special fire safety offer. It's the ADT Fire Protection Package. If you move, we'll install a system in your new home free of charge. If you're not happy with your system, ADT will refund the installation cost and monitoring fees. We'll even save you up to 20% on your basic homeowner's insurance. Call now and get an ADT security system installed from $99. And for a limited time, we'll also include a free ADT fire extinguisher. This invaluable home safety device is manufactured by Ansel, the fire safety leader. So get the peace of mind of the ADT Fire Protection Package. Get the power of ADT.
Time seems to stand still after you've been in an accident. Attorney Ron Israel will keep your case moving forward quickly to get you the money you deserve. Whether you need your car repaired, back to work or need medical attention for your injuries, Ron can keep things moving ahead to your advantage. You can't know all the answers. That's why you need to call someone who knows and will keep you informed about your case.
I'm attorney Ron Israel. Call me, 386-8000.
Soccer game rained out? Call Coit now and save 25% on our cleaning services. Satisfaction guaranteed. Call 1-800-4COIT.
Coming up today on First News 3 at 4, a strange and potentially dangerous discovery on a Las Vegas school bus. Yesterday afternoon, this baby cougar jumped on a school bus. But why was this animal just wandering the streets, and how do people get exotic pets? We'll dig deeper. Plus, you're trying to lose weight, but you don't want to skip your favorite recipes. Well, tonight, tips on how to substitute to make those delectable dishes lower in fat. Those stories and a lot more coming up tonight on First News 3 at 4.
They're at almost every restaurant. We're talking about onion rings. Mr. Food shows you how to get that same taste at home.
The onion rings that we get in our favorite steakhouse, we don't think we can duplicate them at home? Well, yes, we can. What we do is cut 2 large onions into half-inch thick slices and separate them into rings. Now, in a bowl, we make a batter by combining 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1/3 of a cup of cornstarch, 1/4 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Now we whisk in 2 cups of club soda. Yes, club soda. And we dip each onion ring into that batter, shaking off all the excess batter. Then in a couple of inches of vegetable oil in a saucepan that we heated over a medium-high heat till it's hot but not smoking, we fry a few of the rings at a time for 5 or 6 minutes till they're golden. We drain them on paper towels, and they're the same puffy, crunchy, mouth-watering rings that we get when we go out to eat. I mean, that can't be any easier. And when we serve them as a munchie with a dipping sauce, or as the topper for our steaks, the sweet and spicy change of pace is out of this world. And if you'd like the recipe, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope marked "Sweet and Hot Onion Rings" to me, Mr. Food, right here at the station, or look for it online. But either way, we'll get it back to you for treating our gang to a specialty they never thought we could make so easily. Now, they may ask us to recommend the place that we pick these up from. And when we tell them, right here, ooh, it's so good.
I'm not sure what that was about. Super Bowl Sunday's quarterbacks are teaming up to spread the word about the benefits of drinking milk. Quarterback Kerry Collins of the New York Giants and Baltimore Ravens, quarterback Trent Dilfer took a break from practice to sport a healthy mustache. The players snap pictures for the famous Got Milk ad campaign. Of course, the Giants and the Ravens square off Sunday in the 35th NFL Super Bowl. A lot of people are going to be cooking up onion rings and stuff for the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, positively. And I'm telling you, if I could find a girl that could make those fries like McDonald's, I'd be in Fat City. Could you imagine somebody that could cook up Mickey D fries, right? Be all over it like a fat rat in a cheese factory. Let me see if we can get a single word out of Kamiko in the next 10 seconds.
Bye.
That's good. That'll count. Thanks for watching us. We'll see you back here for First News 3 at 4.